This is what $30,000 in wheels looks like. It's so much wheel, I need a drone to show you how this whole thing looks like.
Fly in well-lit, textured environments.
I have no idea where I get those stupid ideas from.
Please note, the new number is...
Is it so dusty here? Honestly, I have no idea where I get those dumb ideas from. So it seems like I have a lot of work ahead of me in this video. So let me tell you more about it. Wrong way. So hi and welcome to Wrong Way. I'm Mr. Wrong Way, and initially I had other plans for today's video, but then yesterday I went to the doctors and it seems my leg, well my foot, is still not fully healed. So I decided to listen to the doctor actually for once and try to find a more chill activity. I think this will work probably for a couple days and then I'll go back to being Wrong Way. But I'll do my best to heal. Oh no, I'm already doing stupid things. So yeah, excuse the clickbaity title and the over-the-top intro, but sometimes you gotta do something to make the YouTube algorithm happy and the video clickable. How am I gonna get down from here? So if you appreciate my effort and if you want to see more content like this, feel free to give this video a like. Recently you have been really great at it. Your thumbs up actually work, or your pointy finger, I don't know which thumb you use. Hopefully use your hands for pressing the like button. And if you do, please do it on this video as well. Comment below what the weather is like at your place today, well, outside of your place, and subscribe in order to not miss out on any shenanigans like this, I guess. I mean, I know. Oh, man. Hope it's worth a watch. Ugh. So because of my foot injury when I was riding the SPD pedals, and I think I need to make an update video on that as well, my review process elongated a lot. And I have a lot of wheels to review. You have a lot of questions about them. So I thought that in this video, I'm just gonna show them all and name 3 things that I notice about them, give them a score when it comes to how they ride from 0 to 10 and what my overall experience is, if you're interested in a sort of update on all of those wheels here. And I'm gonna tell you how far in the review process of those wheels I am for, well, each one, and what's gonna happen to them, how much do I use them, what do I like about them. I know, just me yapping. Last time I yapped, you liked a lot, so more yapping, less overusing of my foot. I'm super fortunate to be in a position to have like those wheels to check out, to ride them, and I would have never thought that I would be in the position to like do this for a living, especially like when I was starting to ride electric unicycles 6 years ago, or over 6 years ago. So it is thanks to you that I can do this. I'm super grateful. You made it happen, and thank you to each and every one of you. Well, let's get into the wheels. So first up, let's start with the, I believe, wildest deal on the EUC market right now, which is the Begode Race for $2,380. $2,380, which is absolutely, is the frame right? Is the frame right? Which is absolutely wild, especially if you compare it to the Sherman L for over $4,000, the InMotion P6. You get 4,000 watt hours on this thing. This thing is insanely quick, but I need to make a review about it because there is some indicators to why that is so cheap. Now this wheel you get directly from Begode, it's at begode.com. So then they ship it directly to you, and the upside of it is cheaper. The downside is I don't know how Begode deals with all of the customs, and I am aware that from other wheels that I had from Begode, the after sales support might be very tough to communicate with, but it's also slow. So let me know in the comments what your experience with Begode after sales is, because, well, I needed to help a bunch of people out. Now let's get to the 3 things I noticed about this wheel. First of all, it rides amazingly. It rides so freaking nice. I mean, that it's not something unusual to Begode, but this thing is just so good. The suspension travel isn't so big. There's also a new design of shocks by Begode that will work for we don't know how long. And the tire is just so sticky and nice. This thing is also very different from most wheels I've tried recently because the center of mass is so low. It doesn't have like a huge pedal clearance, and the batteries are down low too, providing an amazing low center of mass. When I have this thing on race mode and on soft mode, it's just flying. And the 205 volts, well, you feel them, but you also feel danger because, well, it's 205 volts and a Begode wheel. I also borrowed this wheel to my friend Serge at Monokolo.eu, and he noticed that this wheel has a very low range for what it is. With those 4,000 watt hours, I think you can get like 130 kilometers, 140. The thing is that the batteries don't discharge to a very low voltage, like for example LeaperKim wheels do. So maybe with an update they can let this wheel discharge to a lower voltage, but here it starts beeping at 20%, and then you ride for like 20 kilometers with beeps, or 10 to 20 kilometers with beeps. As the name suggests, it's made for racing, so maybe in this way they wanted to prevent cutoffs from low battery, high speed acceleration. But at least you should have a choice to like let the batteries drain at least to like 3 volts per cell. So maybe that comes with an update. And the third thing I noticed, well, with my wheel I didn't have any issues, but there were some issues that other riders reported. Random cutouts. This wheel still doesn't have a motor temperature sensor, so I don't know how toasty the motor gets during racing. Probably it's better to know what the temperature is, i.e. EMOtion P6. And the pedal hangers here are super, like, there's just 4 tiny screws here. I'm very afraid of like breaking those, and I saw a picture of this pedal hanger like being placed lower, it just broke off with the metal. So you're paying less, but you are also getting less. With that said, what is my ride enjoyment score on this one? Well, this wheel is designed for racing and mostly for street riding, so I didn't do any jumps on it. Well, I can't with my foot. It's very limited with the low placed batteries to do off-road because you will just hit them. It's very easy to just hit either the battery casings, like especially when the suspension compresses. But when you do ride on the street, it's amazing, and it feels so light. It feels so planned, it's so predictable. So for ride enjoyment, I give it an 8.5 out of 10, and a 1.5 is subtracted because I am afraid of this thing cutting off. What is my overall enjoyment of this wheel? I mean, look at the notes here actually. The overall enjoyment is a 5, and that is mainly due to the history of Begode having questionable after sales, although in the end they always did help me out. But this wheel, like you can see, it's not as refined as some other brands. Like this gap on the left side is way bigger than the gap on the right side for the tire. The plastics just feel very plasticky. The top handle, like, it always comes loose with the screws here, so I guess I need to use some Loctite with that. To be fair, other than that, I don't hear any rattling, and the waterproofing so far was excellent. I did ride this thing in snow. But is it a product that I can wholeheartedly recommend and know that you'll be fine after you get this? Let's get to the next wheel. Well, the doctors told me to be careful with my foot, so I don't ride. So I lift 40 kilogram wheels off of tables. Brilliant, Adam. You're so brilliant. Now, keeping it Begode, actually in this video, I will go with the brands one by one. Let's talk about the A1. I never use it. It doesn't have a trolley handle. It's not as useful as the King Song 14D. I just use it at times to teach people how to ride, and that's basically it. Has a low range, it doesn't go fast, and even for someone that, you know, learns how to ride, like very quickly, the 15 kilometers an hour of this thing is very slow. I don't see this wheel on Begode's side anymore. I don't know if it's like discontinued at this point, but yeah, for what it is, pretty durable and a rather good experience, I guess. So I guess those were the 3 things compressed in one. What is my ride enjoyment on this wheel? Well, I think for what it is, it's quite capable and it's very stable. It's very thin, so it's nice to learn on, but it is also getting boring rather quickly. So my ride enjoyment here is at a 4, just because it's not a very capable wheel. The overall enjoyment of the A1 is a solid 8. Though, because it is very cheap, well, when it was on sale anyways, for $200. Now you need to buy the Begode Future if you want to have a learner wheel by Begode. I don't have that one anymore. So yeah, overall enjoyment, value for money, I guess. 8 out of 10 because that thing was just very cheap. What are my plans for this one? I don't know. For now it's here. Doesn't use up a lot of space. I guess it can stay. Oh, and I forgot. What are my plans for the Begode Race? Well, we need to make a review about it. And maybe some sort of fast trip. Maybe I'll take it to a racetrack and, you know, let some people try it, see what the speeds on it will be and like the lap times. And I will also get an FPV drone so we can record that in a fun way. And I can be in an FPV drone, which is safer than racing on the racetrack. Now let's switch it up to Kingsong. This is the 14D Pro. Actually, I got it from My eWheel, so huge thanks to My eWheel for providing me this wheel for testing purposes. Go over to their site if you want to get this wheel. And I love it. I miss the 14D so much, and this is better in every way. It's still not a new design by Kingsong for the small 14-inch wheel, but this form factor, the thinness of it, I miss this wheel so much. So what are the 3 things I noticed? First up, I've written down in caps lock, I love it. This wheel is just so useful. You put it into a shopping basket, you can ride it around anywhere. People just think it's a Roomba, just vertical. Excellent. Second thing I've written down is that the speakers don't work. I don't know why, but they don't. I can't connect it, but I mean, anyone who's ever owned a Kingsong had their speakers not work at some point, so I'm not really too annoyed with that. And the third thing is there's nice upgrades in this wheel compared to the 14D. We have a smart BMS. Apparently we have more top speed, but for some reason I couldn't set it up in the wheel. There's also a lot more customization options in the app when it comes to the riding configuration, like acceleration assist. Better pedals, but the pads are way worse, like the stock ones. I just ripped them off and I put some furniture foam here. There's also a display now. Yeah, in many regards, this is just a better 14D. And for 670 euro on My eWheel site, well, yeah, this is one of the most affordable wheels that I will show in this video. So what is my ride enjoyment score on this one? Well, it is light, it is easy to carry, the trolley handle is excellent, it has acceptable top speed and acceptable performance. Nothing to write home about though, but the enjoyment is a solid 9 out of 10. I think it would be better with a non-plastic shell, maybe a little bit more spade, but other than that, this wheel just makes me smile. I really like it. What's the overall enjoyment of this wheel? Excellent. I just love it. 10 out of 10. Like, I love small wheels, and I feel like we need to put more R&D into those to get more nice small wheels out of the market. I've been saying that for years. Just do it, EUC companies. Do it! What are my plans for this one? Well, of course, I need to make a range test with it. I need to make a review of it, and maybe, I don't know, I'll even buy it, because a life without the 14D Pro, is it a life worth living? I don't know, maybe it is, but it's a sad life then. That is a big boy, isn't it? Finally, the F18 is back and it works, and I like it a lot more now because it has noodle mode. What is noodle mode? Well, let me tell you more about it, and this will be the 3 things I've noticed about this wheel. Well, first of all, noodle mode. Noodle mode, it's not my name. It's popped up in the comment section of my last video, so thank you, dear viewer, for coming up with the name. Or maybe you heard it somewhere else, I don't know. But this al dente goodness is making this wheel insanely fun. I'm not kidding, when I'm accelerating with the F18 now, I smile. I didn't have that for such a long time. And basically noodle mode, I can even like turn on the wheel now. Hopefully it doesn't like do any harm. Like, look how it moves. So you can set up acceleration assist in the app. So how to set up noodle mode? You have to have the newest version of the firmware. You go to the riding modes and you select beginner mode. You select 0% sensitivity on this one. Then you go to acceleration assist, and the acceleration assist on this wheel is insane. I think it's the best one on the market. You select 100% sensitivity and you select 5 degrees of tilt allowed. And then you have like this dead spot in the middle. And the thing is, once those 40 kilograms of wheel go forward, it has just so much power. It goes so fast. I need to make a video about that, but that's the first thing I noticed. It almost made me forget about all the things I was angry about it. Like, I don't even have my heels still locked in, and I love off-roading on this wheel. What is happening? Crazy. noodle mode. The second thing I wanted to say about this wheel is that everything is fixed. Well, it works, the board works, it charges, everything is okay. Now I will be waiting though for the upgrade kit by Kingsong. So if you don't know, they made the fix for this rear bumper assembly and I guess a bunch of other stuff. So I think I'll wait for those parts before I make the final review because a lot of stuff has changed on the Kingsong F18. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that this thing, even though like I was pretty harsh about it with Mr. Angry Way and the review, it does feel very complete. Like the mudguards here are very good. For example, compared to the Lynx-S. The trolley handle here is excellent. The ride feel is really good. The suspension, it feels smooth, but I'm still checking it. I don't know how it will work in the long run. There's various comments about that. But lighting is good. We have like lighting options. Yeah, once it's back and I discovered noodle mode, this wheel just gains a lot in my eyes. But remember, this thing costs 3,600 euro. If you want to get a wheel like this in Europe, feel free to check out monokolo.eu. They are my sponsor now for all things wheel in the EU. And of course, you can use my coupon code to get a 5% discount there. You also help out the channel by using this code. So what is my ride enjoyment score now? With noodle mode, I give it a 10 out of 10. It's excellent. It felt so heavy before. It was so difficult to do off-roading, even though it felt very planted. And now with noodle mode, the high-up foot plates, the high-up battery, I can't wait to get fully back on my feet and test this thing hard. Maybe I'll get disappointed, who knows? But now, 10 out of 10. And what's my overall enjoyment of this wheel? Well, looking at the issues that I've had with it, Find My didn't work before, now it does work again. And now that I need to disassemble it again to just wait for the parts that will fix the issues that are here from factory, well, at least on the first batch, well, I give it, how disappointed was I? How disappointed? 7. Is this like not too soft on my side? I don't know. Overall enjoyment, 7. I guess because the wheel is still like a very all-around good wheel with good mudguards, good stuff, and just a very frustrating experience when it comes to the side pads and the motherboard. But maybe I was the only one about that. People seem to be very happy with their F18s. Whew, that was even heavier. Next wheel on my list, in the garage, oder in der Garage, is the Kingsong F22 Pro. I don't think there's so much hype about it anymore, because, well, it's just out and people seem to be not interested. And it's very expensive. At Monokolo.eu, it costs 3,900 euro. I also did turn on noodle mode on this one. It's not as noodly as on the F18, so not that many points for noodle mode here. All right, so what are the 3 things I noticed about this wheel? Well, number 1, this thing is fast. Like, I didn't expect to say that, but the Kingsong F22 is fast. I took this thing into the trunk of a car to get it to service, and then I went back from there with the Kingsong F22. It was about 30 kilometers, maybe something like that, 40 kilometers, and I was ripping, like 60 kilometers an hour, 70 kilometers an hour. Don't tell anybody, unless they see the video, then I guess they will know. But it accelerates fast, and with this tire, like this tire is sticky. It turns very well, and I don't know, the software is just so like smooth. This wheel feels really good, and I didn't expect that. It's a fast cruiser with not a lot of range. So like if you want to go further, probably you need to get something with a bigger battery. But the thing I noticed is like I can go fast on this wheel, and it's fun. Like I did the same trip also with the LeaperKim Oryx. I had less fun with the Oryx. Who would have thought? It rides excellently with the seat. Like I love the handle here in the front. It's so nice to grab when you're seated, when you're standing up, and you just want to have like an additional point of contact with the wheel. And yeah, I just noticed this thing is fast and nice to ride. The second thing I noticed is I don't really need it. It's not good for jumps. I can do most of the things on the LeaperKim Lynx as well. There's like other wheels that are more universal than this one, but you know, I just can't really seem to want to get rid of it because it's nice and it has a nice speaker in the back. Is it the reason to keep a wheel? I don't know. Did I feel cool when I once went to a party and they didn't have a speaker and I could use this speaker, which is actually as good as a JBL Charge almost? I felt really cool. Is it worth 3,900 euro? I don't know, but since I work with wheel companies, I do get those for free, so yeah, I probably should have said that at the beginning as a disclaimer. And the third thing I noticed is I hate the edges. Here, this is terrible. Those edges are so sharp. I'll need to put some foam on here because it's just like, if you don't have any knee pads, this thing is just terrible when it comes to those edges here on the top. And even if you have them, like, it's quite not ergonomic. So Kingsong needs to definitely work on their edges. All right, so what's my ride enjoyment score on this one? 8 out of 10. I love it. 8 out of 10. I guess it's not a 10 out of 10 because still it's not as universal as other wheels, and the edges are still here. It's not really that amazing in like any of the fields. Like, there's wheels that have more torque, there's wheels that have, I don't know, more suspension travel, although this one is also very smooth, the suspension. But I just like it. I just can't really like put my finger on it. I mean, I can, right there. I did, but I can't really explain why I like it so much. But what is my overall enjoyment of this wheel? Well, it's a 6, and this is mainly because I had issues with it. Turns out this charge port, like, I don't know if it's like hot or what's wrong with it, but I wanted to charge it up fast with the pit zoom charger, and sadly the pit zoom charger, coupon code wrong way applies, has a bug where the voltage goes down low if you don't use it for like 5 minutes when it's plugged in. And I wanted to plug it in, and this thing just arced. I don't know if it's a fault of the charger, if it's a fault of the port here. Kingsong said I put in the plug the wrong way, and that's why it's arced. But it shouldn't be like that. Like, it should be foolproof, because I just got scared. There was a huge spark from the charger. I had to change the whole thing, and that was a big headache. Like, they didn't even know what's wrong with the wheel. So initially, Serge helped me to disassemble the light and the charger, and that didn't help. And then we switched the motherboard, and that didn't help. And then I sent it to my e-wheel, and they fixed it because apparently a fuse on the batteries blew, which is great because that means there's a fuse, and you know, this wheel is safe to use with a fuse. But I mean, the wheel should kind of know like what's wrong, or I don't know, should it? In any case, I will just use the stock Kingsong charger with it, which is fairly fast, 10 amps. But yeah, this did hurt the enjoyment of the wheel a lot. Oh, there's one more thing that hurt the enjoyment a lot. Here, the pumping up the suspension is a nightmare. The tolerances of the screws here are terrible. Watch my full review if you want to see more about that. Next wheel. Oh, and the F22 has great mudguards. Like, pretty much one of the best on the market. Very good. I forgot what will I do with it. I don't know. I'll probably make some videos with it. I just can't have the heart. I don't have the heart to sell it. I don't know why. Now let's talk about the InMotion V12S. This thing costs 2,600 euro. Also available at Monokolo. And with this thing, I'm just confused. So let me tell you about the 3 things I noticed about this wheel. Well, first up, it's underwhelmingly good. If that makes sense. Like, this thing is just full of opposites. Maybe it's heavy, but it doesn't have good performance. Maybe it's expensive, but it doesn't have good range. Maybe it's made for commuters, but it's not really that good to learn on it. Maybe it has a bigger battery than the Nosfet Aero and Aeon, but it doesn't really have a lot more range. So with this wheel, it's weird. And I'm saying that it's underwhelmingly good because every time I go out to ride on it, kind of similar as what it is with the F22, but in a different way, I just enjoy it. I don't have any pads on it. I have acceleration assist on 100% for acceleration, I think 80% for braking, pedal sensitivity all the way soft. And this is just my safe way to ride on this wheel because this wheel has so little torque. It's honestly surprising how little it has. Like, it's so bad. Like, for a heavier rider, I don't recommend this wheel at all. But it does look nice. It has good lights. The suspension is super smooth and it's well balanced. Like, it is nice to ride, but the pedals are super tall. But it doesn't do off-road well. Why are the pedals so high up off the ground? It's not easy to work on. Like, I have this light just moving about because the screws are behind plastic and I can't be bothered to take off the plastic, so now I just have this. I love the screen, but it's also always 4G connected. And I love the pedals here. This is just good. But as a whole package for 2,600 euro, would I pay like for it? I know, no. I think there's just better wheels like all around than this one. But for the certain kind of person that just wants this, I guess it's cool. It does look cool, but it's not really like good. I guess it's like underwhelmingly good. The second thing I wanted to talk about is I let a bunch of people try it and the results are very varying. Like some people like it, some people say it's like too heavy, especially lighter riders. People tend to have good balance on this wheel, but they don't brake and accelerate so well. But then I didn't have the acceleration assist on, so maybe that would be different. But you know, it's not like you give this wheel to anyone and they just love it, like the Aero. This is just a hit or miss. The third thing I wanted to talk about is riding without pads, but it's the thing I talk about in the first thing, so I won't talk about it. With all of that said, what's my ride enjoyment score on this wheel? Well, I still like it. Every time I go on it, I love the foot plates here because the studs are MTB studs, it's excellent. And the software is surprisingly nice and the suspension is smooth. So for what it is, if you don't do any dumb stuff, like it's very nice to ride on, but not for far really. Like this has about 50 or 55 kilometers of range. If it does have that, if you go faster, it has even less than that. So with that said, I ride on it with a smile on my face, so it's a 9 out of 10. What's my overall enjoyment on this wheel? I would give it a 7 because, well, nothing broke on it and it rides fine, no clunks, no jitters. The quality seems to be okay. I was just very, very underwhelmed with the performance, and it is just a wheel to ride on pavement that has foot plates that are high off the ground for I don't know what reason. So yeah, that's the InMotion V12S for you. Oh yeah, and I still need to make a review on it, but I need to meet up with a friend in order to do it, so that will happen sometime soon. I just noticed, this thing is still wet. Why is there water here? It's the InMotion layered plastics design. When did I ride it the last time? Like 3 days ago? And there was a basin here on top where pigeons could get water. Yeehaw! All right, now let's talk about the Nosfet Aero for 2,200 euro, also available at monokolo.eu. And let me mention the 3 things I noticed about it. Well, first of all, I stopped using this wheel that much. Just mainly because it's a little bit less comfortable than the Aeon. I'll talk about the Aeon in a second. So first thing I noticed is I just let my girlfriend ride it a lot and she loves it. She is good friends with the Aero, and whoever I give this wheel to, they just love it. Like it's very, oh, the light turned off. Well, anyway, it's very rare when I give this wheel to someone and they don't like it. This wheel is a surefire way that someone will be satisfied, which is very surprising for a second wheel that a EUC manufacturer, a new EUC manufacturer made. Man, my notes really kind of suck because I already said all of the things in one thing. All right, well then, what's my ride enjoyment score on this one? Well, it's very torquey, it's very capable, it's not as expensive when it comes to like value for money compared to other wheels. I give it a 9 out of 10. Why a 9? Well, that is because it could be just slightly more stable. I don't know how they could achieve it, but I do love riding on this wheel, but I don't know, it's not like 100% like my style. I don't have like 100% like a banana happiness smile on my face when I ride it. What's my overall enjoyment on this wheel? Well, since I have like basically no issues with it, well, except I broke the light here. It doesn't really do anything, like the metal piece here, and sometimes it squeaks with the, it doesn't squeak now, when it comes to the bearing seals, if I go over sand. There's no issues with this wheel that I have, so overall enjoyment 10 out of 10. People love it, I really love it. What is there not to like about it? Oh wait, no, it's actually 9.5 out of 10, but I can't remember why really. Let's keep it at 10 out of 10. Oh, actually my charge board flap on the back broke, but they changed it in a future update. With that said, what plans do I have with this one? I will compare it to the 16X Pro. When we did the 16X Pro review, it seemed like that is something that you wanted to see, and I want to see that as well. So yeah, that's my plans for this wheel. Now let's talk about the Nosfet Aeon for €2,500, also available at monokolo.eu. I didn't expect it, but this is the wheel I use the most now. I set the acceleration assist to 100%. I have the sensitivity at 8%. Made a video about that. Check it out if you want to know more about the pedal sensitivity settings. And now it's just so nice to ride. It feels so much lighter. It's more ergonomically correct for my size. I'm 180 centimeters tall, and it's perfect. It's like fits around your leg wonderfully. I come to enjoy the pedals quite a lot, but I believe I will have maybe some upgrade in the future. But yeah, this thing I use the most. This is also because I don't do that many long distances now because of my injured foot. But if I just want to ride around, do some errands, do even some groceries, well, except for with the 14D when I put this into the basket, this thing is such a great all-rounder. And it is, like, you notice the bigger suspension travel compared to the Aero, you notice the bigger tire. This thing is phenomenal. I love to ride this wheel, and it's such a good all-rounder. I thought it would be just a bigger Aero, I wouldn't like so much, but it turns out this is the wheel I use by far the most in my sort of arsenal, in the reviewing arsenal. The second thing I wanted to talk about is the Grizzly tow hook. Now, I should probably remove it. The Grizzly made a recall for that, and I will get a new one in the future, but I was riding with this for a bit, and this changed the game quite a bit because it's just very easy to adjust it up and down, just like in the veteran wheel. And this makes me like wonder, why didn't Nosfet do this like out of factory? Like, they should totally do that. Initially, a rider reached out to me that they wanted to send me such a tow hook. So I wanted to get the one from him first, but there was some issues with delivery, and then I didn't like talk about the subject again. Then Grizzly told me they make something like that, so I just got the one from Grizzly, and here we are. If there is just one complaint I have about this wheel, it is the charge port flap, again. But the issue here is much bigger than on the Aero. And I don't know if they like fixed it. Probably they did come up maybe with a fix. I don't know, let me know in the comments. But it is so hard for me to close the charge port flap. I need to like bend it, squeeze it, and sometimes it takes me literally like 2 to 3 minutes to just close the charge port flap. It's terrible, I hate it. With that said, what's my ride enjoyment on this thing? 10 out of 10. I love it. The suspension is great, it's smooth. I love the software, it feels good for seated riding. I love the trolley handle, although it could be locking. But my ride enjoyment is 10 out of 10. Awesome wheel. What's my overall enjoyment with this wheel? 9.5 out of 10. Why? The damn charge port cover! And, you know, thing could have more range, it could have more speed, but then it would get heavier again. So I think for what it's worth, yeah, great wheel all around. Now it's turn for LeaperKim finally. We're slowly getting to the end of the video. I'm yapping a lot, so let me know if you're still here. Put in the timestamp if you're actually still here in the video. Comment it below. Anyway, when it comes to the LeaperKim Lynx-S, I've been not riding it that much. Actually, that is mostly because of my injury, and I don't ride it that much in rain because the mud guards are terrible, and I don't know really how to easily fix them. So anyway, what are the 3 things I noticed about it? Well, first up, I said use it for longer trips. And with stronger acceleration assist and less pedal sensitivity, it's much easier to ride. I like the front light, the tail light. In general, it is a improved LeaperKim Lynx. The only thing I like less about it is that I need to pump up the air now on the bottom. And supposedly I need to put in like 150 or 200 PSI on this chamber. I just have 50 now, so maybe that's something I will need to check on once I am in full strength and health again. Now this thing costs €3,600, so this is a clear competitor to the Kingsong F18 and maybe even the Begode X-Way, which is now more expensive than the Begode Race. Well, who knew? I also got the heavier spring option for this wheel, 74-pound suspension, so that's something I need to mount on this wheel. And I will also put back the stock tow hooks because I don't believe I will be riding in the SPDs again because yeah, I don't want to break my foot again. And I don't know if I am good enough to teach myself some sort of instincts how to remove my feet from SPD pedals when I crash. So yeah, I believe those will be getting back on. And maybe I will have some nylon oak pads for this wheel because they're coming up with some new exciting pads. So let's see about that. What's my overall enjoyment with this wheel? Ride enjoyment? Well, it's a 9 out of 10. Why isn't it a 10 out of 10? Well, I need to pump up the suspension, which is slightly annoying, and the tire here, even though it looks like a Shinko, it doesn't grip like a Shinko. I believe the rubber is a bit worse than on the Shinko tire. It accelerates amazingly, amazing top speed, awesome for seated riding, awesome all around. Just a bit more work to do with the suspension. It's still a heavy wheel, so you need to work on it, but it's still great. I do still think that the F18 with the noodle mode is more fun than this now. It's crazy. Who would have thought? When it comes to the overall enjoyment of this wheel, I believe it's what is it? It's a 9 out of 10. I don't give it a 10 out of 10. I think, again, due to the pumping up, and the seal, the bearing seal also sometimes squeaks. It squeaks the most now on the Aeon actually. So yeah, other than that, really stellar performance. Oh yeah, and the mudguards, they definitely detract the point. I know this wheel is a dirt bike, but I also use my wheels for riding around the city, and with those mudguards, it's a lot worse now than the original Lynx. What are my plans for this wheel? Well, of course, a range test, I guess another review on it. I need to send it hard on some jumps. And apparently some people had axle issues on this wheel. So let's see what's with that. I hope I won't have any axle issues with this wheel. Oh my goodness. Now this last wheel, I don't know if I'll be able to actually lift it on a table, but let's see. 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, that's went better than expected. Oh, I hope the table won't break. Oh, man. I mean, that's the difference between other wheels and the Oryx. It was a bit easier to adjust my camera than to adjust the service table now. I hope this thing actually survives. 4,600 euro. 60 kilograms, 176 volt. Insanity. And if you want to get one like that, Monokolo, of course. Now listen, I had huge, almost as big as this wheel, expectations for the LeaperKim Oryx. And I thought I would absolutely love it because it's a huge tire and basically more torque than the Begode Master Pro that I loved years ago. But it turns out I don't. It's ups and downs with this wheel, honestly. And as much as I thought I would be just like, oh, this is awesome, I can go very far, it's super stable, the pedals are high off the ground, I can do like heavy off-roading because the tire is a chunker, but no. Turns out no. So the main issue with this wheel is, when it comes to like riding around, is that the acceleration assist isn't as strong as on other LeaperKim wheels. It's almost like the acceleration assist is like a bit analog. It scales. The bigger the wheel diameter, the less it works. And with this one, yeah, it's tough to brake on it. It's tough to accelerate on it. When you're a bigger, heavier rider, probably you don't suffer from the same issues. Probably you just enjoy it. But for someone less tall as me and just 70 kilograms, this wheel is a lot to wield around. And the thing is, like this tire, or maybe just the diameter of the wheel or the size of it, is weird to ride at top speed. Remember when I went with the F22, put it in a car and went back? Well, I drove there with the LeaperKim Oryx and I didn't enjoy it so much. Like if you go over 50 kilometers an hour on this wheel becomes so difficult to ride on. It's not even just the force to like turn, it just goes not in the direction you want it to go. Maybe this issue will be like smaller if I change the tire to a street tire, or maybe it will be even worse because then you would need even more force to turn on turns, to turn around. So yeah, and if you go seated, I did actually receive a seat from Grizzla, and I tried to ride seated on this wheel, and it just don't work. Like if you go slow, then it's just too difficult to turn on this wheel and the weight just, you know, tops you over. And if you go fast, you turn around to the side and suddenly you go into the bushes. This wheel is tough to ride seated. I didn't expect it. Maybe it's a tire, I don't know, but it's been tough for me with this wheel. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I enjoy it so much with the stability, like up to 40, 50 kilometers an hour. And you know, it's tall, it looks cool, and it has endless amounts of range. But then I ride again and it's like, it's a workout. And I thought it would be stable at higher speeds, but it's not. It's just like, it turns and then you can't bring it back up again. And that's a tough problem. I also removed the trolley handle for now, just to sit on it lower, and because the Grizzly seat also was like a bit not of a nice shape for me, it was hitting my knees a little bit, so that's why I removed it. I also have nylon pedals on this one, so that's a thing I really like, of the Grizzly pads. But yeah, I thought I would like this wheel more, but I don't. Another thing I noticed is that the suspension, like, it's not that smooth. It's way less smooth than on the Lynx-S, the Lynx, and the like older suspension design that we had by LeaperKim. Well, Lynx-S is newer design, but still with a piston instead of like the sliders and something sliding in between. So with this wheel, I don't know, mixed feelings. I don't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. So those weren't really three things. I guess I'm just yapping, but I hope you still like it. So what's my overall ride enjoyment score on this wheel? It's a 7. Like, it's stable, it's very unique, it's fun to ride, but it's nowhere near as good as I thought it would be. And honestly, you can get most of the things same or better on a cheaper Sherman L. So unless you are like very, very tall or a heavy rider, or I know, try this thing with a street tire, I don't really see any reason to get it other than a very, very unique experience of riding, which is also, you know, kind of important. What's my overall experience with this wheel? Well, I have no issues. It doesn't squeak. It has great area for the pads. The lights are great. Taillights are great. I wrote a 7 down here, but I guess that's just because of the weight. It's just such a huge wheel. Yeah, like you go inside a store with this thing, you get looks. And I don't really feel nice walking around a store with this wheel. Like, I don't even feel good with LeaperKim Lynx. Like, up to maybe the Aeon, it's like, okay, he's just pushing a small wheel around, it's fine. But you take this in a store and it's like, what the hell is this guy doing with his like dirt bike? You know? So yeah, it's just over the top. And I thought it's nice over the top, but I'm like, eh. So I guess that's why the 7. So what's my plans for this wheel? Well, of course I need to make a review on it. I need to make a range test on it, and maybe with the right amount of luck and time, we can make a long ride with Serge, and that would be really cool to do on this wheel. All right, so we're through. Oh my God, I need some water. Some water, a bottle of water. Let me know if you like this content. Apparently you seem to like my yapping outdoors. Let me know if you like my yapping indoors, of course. I'm like yapping at this point. Anyway, let me know what kind of wheels you would like to see on this channel. Honestly, I'm kind of tired of reviewing wheels. I just want to have like adventures and do fun stuff. But I'm sure you like, are you interested to see like the P6? It's been kind of hard for me to get that one. There we have F16 probably coming. Let me know if you want to see that. Also the Begode Falcon Pro, maybe you're interested in that. But sadly for now, I still need to heal. I have my next doctor's appointment in a month, and hopefully by then, with being a bit more careful and riding in just thick sole shoes, not walking a lot, I will be better by then. So yeah, fingers crossed. But if you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.